see that you sent a link and said just glue one of those onto the dragon prints. And I don't even need to click the link because I can see part of the link is googly-eyes.jpg. So, like, I feel like I have a pretty good idea of what's behind there. But yeah, it's awesome. Kind of looks like the Hordes and Hat are one piece together. Yeah, pretty much are. Bind them together to make one model yourself. Well, it is literally just 2 models. I can pull it up here. Like, the initial thingamabob here. Where, it's literally 2 models. The hat with the flat bottom and the Dragon V2, and I merged them into like one thing. But yeah, they are 2 separate things. Like, here's the hat model, and I just positioned it in such a way on this Dudo, and I merged them together into one object so I could like move this wherever I wanted and stuff. So yeah, just a little bit of playing around there. So, I don't know, maybe I'll end up giving dragons more different types of hats in the future. I'm sure people have made, like, models of cowboy hats and stuff like that. It'd be fun to give a dragon a cowboy hat. Because, like, I'm so used to just printing, like, normal standard dragons. I should start, like, giving them hats or something. I don't know what other accessories I could potentially give them that wouldn't, like, interfere with a 3D print. But, like, just something flat on the head, like that I can do. Like, that's super simple. But yeah, let's see here. Gotta print one, and then buy the little googly eyes, glue some googly eyes onto the dragon's eye sockets. They're insanely tiny, the eye area. But yeah, I can never grow a full beard like that. You've tried, got too many French genes in you. Just get on my level with my 1/8 Scottish. That's totally where the beard must come from. Is the case. But yeah, if you have a 3D printer, you'd absolutely do that.
Recovering, but she still needs her rest.
Of course. Take good care of her, won't you?
I'll do my best. Oh, Gav was looking for you. He said he had something to show you in the shelves.
The shelves? Oh, that's right. He went to ask Harpocrates about Torgor. He must have found something.
Okay, and you have a thing for me that would contribute to my wall.
Talia has tasked me with removing a Cursebreaker's brand. But it's my first time, and I don't think I can do it. I'm afraid of what happens if I fail. You survived, I know, but here as many die as recover. Is it really worth the risk?
You don't
Oh,
need me to
jeez,
answer
that's
that.
pretty intense then.
You know full well what we're fighting for. I hope as much as you that one day bearers can walk among others as equals. But until that day, a brand is a burden, and we must lift that burden in order to go undetected. The operation may be dangerous, but it's also essential, and we undergo it willingly.
I know. I still wish there was some other way. But griping about my lot helps no one, I suppose. Don't worry. I'll do what must be done.
I know you will.
Unfortunately, the first thing that needs doing is the preparation of a draft to dull the pain. Something I can't do with the infirmary's ammonia supply so low. What few leaves we have would barely be enough for removing a splinter, let alone a brand.
He does seem desperate.
Just tell me what you need.
You'll go? Oh, thank you. No one knows Herblord like Taya, and she swears by ammonia for easing pain. It's simple enough to find, if you know where to look. And fortunately for you, I do. Along the river near the village of Amber over in Rosaria. Just search for the bright blue blossoms.
Well, if I'm by there sometime, I will. Maybe. But yeah. So if you had a 3D printer, would definitely do the googly eyes on the eye sockets. And yeah, maybe there's some little ones. Maybe. Some stuff that exists. It would be kind of funny. Having like the fully articulated dragon that you can move around in whatever way. That also has like the googly eyes on it. That move around. That would certainly be something. You could probably 3D print googly eyes, but it would be complicated. Like, you could probably have it, like, print a base, and then, like, separately print, like, the little black actual eye thing that you, like, place in there mid-printing, and then use a transparent filament to put, like, the dome over it. Like, I'm sure that's possible. it just sounds like a massive pain in the butt, and like it'd be so much easier to just like buy cheap googly eyes online.
Clive,
I'm sure
where
you
have
can 3D
been?
print googly eyes.
I've been wanting to ask you something about Torgal.
No, that's why I meant like by placing it in, so it's
Where
not
did
like
you get
fused
him,
in.
like,
Don't print in
the
the
first place.
don't print in the
My
pupil.
father
Print it
brought him
separately
back
and then
from one
place
of
it in
his
so it's
expeditions
loose.
into the Northern Territories.
I can move
They were
around.
crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and seeing no sign of his pack, they took him in.
What do you reckon, Tomes?
It certainly adds weight to the theory. Clive, I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound, but a rare frostwolf, an animal native to the far northern reaches of Valisthea. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen of the north. Such was his mastery over ether, he could cast magics on command. His name was Fenrir.
Fenrir the Frostwolf.
Now, the annals do not state it explicitly, but I have reason to believe this queen was a dominant of Shiva, a girl from the Northern Territories and her faithful hound. One awakens as the dominant of Shiva, and the other?
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers,
What?
just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as a faithful companion to the dominant of Shiva, and years later, his powers awakened, just when his master needed him the most.
You're right. If it weren't for Torgal blasting those bastards to Kingdom Come, Jill would have been for it.
Quite. Though Torgal's power is his own, his latent birthright as a frostwolf, it had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal.
You're an even finer hound than we thought.
And regarding your original concern, you need not fear for Torgal's health. Why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn, I found him with his nose buried in my nuts.
Whoa. Hold the phone.
Ah,
Where are you putting
I've been
peanut
looking
butter?
everywhere for you. Bernard's here. I need you to introduce us so we can get to work.
I shall be a moment.
Sometime later. So, what is this facility? I don't think I was paying enough attention earlier.
Isn't it brilliant?
It is.
That hair looks like so much more considerable
brilliant
work than
without
mine
you.
is.
You and everyone else. But I promise I'll pay you back. I'm gonna work my fingers to the bone for you lot. Starting right now. Just you wait. I'll make wonders like this world's never seen.
Then I look forward to seeing them.
Okay, so there's a new facility here now.
Now that that's settled,
Looks like.
I wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
Thanks for letting me do this, Clive. I'll pay you back, I promise.
Thanks for before, son. That was a good deed you did me.
Maybe it's not a new
Only
facility
right I
yet.
gave you one in return. Though I did wonder if I bit off more than I could chew when Mid showed me her plans for the place. If she hadn't been there to tell me what to do, I wouldn't have known where to start.
Well, I mean,
Have everything we need to begin work in earnest. And work in earnest we shall!
just wanted to see if there was anything else over here before I go over that way. Can I jump into the hole? Oh, the hole doesn't even go very deep. Okay, well, I mean, yeah, well, Midadol. Okay, so just like abbreviates to mid in that case. So, yeah, this way here. This way we go. Place to be in that place over here. I'll finish up the main quests that are in the in the hideaway, and then the moment it's like, yeah, going into the world to do like the next main quest, then I'm going to sleep. That's what I think makes sense. It is 2:55 in the morning. I've been streaming for about 7¼ hours.
Strange soldiers in unexpected places.
So I did make a lot of progress on this today.
Definitive as yet. If only we knew for certain by what route he left Rosalith.
Well,
like there was a dragon start to finish
anyone can piece
during
this
the
puzzle
stream,
together, it's you.
which means long
I'm willing to
stream.
wait as long as it takes.
What? Here?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in fear of you.
You have nothing to worry about on that front. I won't be claiming his crown.
That is a relief.
Clive, have you got a minute? We, have a guest.
A guest?
For your trouble.
It was a pleasure, in hindsight.
Uncle Byron? Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens, for your favorite uncle is here!
Meanwhile, we're inside the Holy Empire of Sambrek. Well, I guess Uncle's gonna hang out in the hideaway now.
The Dalmekian government sues
Audience
for
Chamber,
peace.
Imperial Palace.
How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. The Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmex empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmex will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can, and once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmex to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on. Dion?
Yes, sire.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish, Your Radiance, I shall depart at once. May Gregor forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
So Annabella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
Well, that was certainly a decent bit of stuff to set up for the future of what's going to be happening here. Also, during that cutscene, a cup of curry raided with the party of 4 here. Really unfortunate timing there, since, yeah, long cutscene that was right in the middle of there. But I greatly appreciate the raid there, Cup of Curry, and if anyone is still here from the raid, which I would honestly be a little bit surprised, then welcome on in to it being super late. It is 3:03 in the morning, been streaming for 7 hours, 22 minutes, and 54 seconds as of now. Managed to finish one of these 6.5 hour, well, I guess it was closer to 7 hour Dragon 3D prints, but with the color changing and like additional printing with the hat that was in there. Because normally it takes 6.5 hours. Yeah, this one was more like 7. Both the head off soon. Yeah, it's starting to get pretty late here. I guess I'll go talk to that dudo. Because I said I was gonna wrap up the stuff in the hideaway until the game gives me like the next world place to go to. And then when I start the next stream, then I can just go to the next world place. But it hasn't done that yet. I'm sure it will be. I'm sure it shall be indeed. Hi, how you doing, man? How you doing, Uncle?
Nephew. How I've missed you. How did you find this place, Uncle?
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is the most helpful fellow. As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was, aye.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come inside, Uncle.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000?
Be more fitting if it was a higher quality cutscene.
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place. Come here and I'll show you. It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her Royal Navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
So it was the Waludas who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned, and where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
Okay, well, I guess we're speaking with more people before the end here, figuring out what the next steps are.
Kupka's at Drake's Fang.
Yeah, so we're going after him next.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after is Kupka's head. I won't risk any more than I have to. I promise.
The Lancer and the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil. Some call her the Desert Hare.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's, and only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Dalamil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid might be able to bring her back into the fold.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
So, what about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay, but...
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
New party member?
For that.
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you two in charge.
You can count on us.
Okay, so is it gonna be in the world now? Nope, not yet. More talking. Well, yeah, I guess we shall see here. Last one, and then it's gonna send me out into the world?
I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
Surely.
We shall. Come, let us away to adventure.
You quite like him. Alright, yeah, so going south through the desert next. But that is something for next time. Well, I guess I gotta travel back to the hideaway if I want to open the menu and save. This is what I'm gonna have to do here. Alright. Well, I've been streaming for a while. Yeah, I've passed 7.5 hours here. Yeah. Go ahead and do that. Yeah, Jill's sitting it out right now. Bolts from the blue. And maybe I'll switch this guy back on next time. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. The next stream that I can guarantee is Thursday, The Walking Dead Season 2 for Halloween. Is the plan here? Wow, big stretch. And yeah, we shall see here. Made a decent bit of progress through this game today. Managed to print like a cool hatted dragon for the first time. That like I may take along to Fragapalooza Extra Life. Maybe I'll do some painting on it. Because it'll take like a bunch of extra effort. I don't know if it's one that I would have in my batch of ones giving away, more so just keep on my computer for fun or something. I don't know. Is what I might just do. But yeah, I'm gonna head out now and call it a night. What I think I'm going to do here. So appreciate everybody that tuned into another stream of Final Fantasy 16. And next time we're gonna be going after Mr. Rockman and probably beating him up in icon form or something or other, most likely. Guess we'll see.